from the engineering prowess of the Golden Gate Bridge to its earthquake-resistant skyscrapers, San Francisco has always been ahead of the curve, shaping the future at every turn. But driving around the city can sometimes feel like an ever-changing obstacle course. With its complex network of winding roads, unpredictable weather, and next to impossible parking. It's why Bay Area native James K. Alohi says he gave up on owning a car altogether.
It's pretty inconvenient to own a car, and the parking situation throughout the city is not very good.
How long does it take to find parking?
Longer than it takes to get to places frequently.
But today, James is about to take the ride of his life.
We're off. Oh my goodness. The wheel is moving. Other cars approaching. This is pretty trippy.
An employment director at the San Francisco LGBT Center, James often checks up on dozens of clients throughout the city. Getting to them is half the battle. But recently, the center has partnered up with Google's parent company Alphabet to help test its new driverless taxi Waymo. And this morning, James gets to take it on a solo spin for the first time.
I remember being a child and seeing the Jetsons as a kid, and so this does seem incredibly futuristic.
It may sound like science fiction, but driverless technology has accelerated in recent years. Waymo is one of the first companies to deploy a fleet of fully autonomous taxis in California and Arizona. So this is it?
This is it.
Software engineer Reed Morse took us on a tour of the company's depot in southeast San Francisco, where the cars park themselves for a quick cleaning and recharge. And how many of these cars do you have?
Across the country, we have over 700 cars. We have a couple hundred here in San Francisco.
These fully electric Jaguar I-Pace come with what the company calls its Waymo driver, a combination of hardware and software that serve as the car's eyes and ears. How far can these cars see?
It's a great question. So on the very top here, you see our long-range LiDAR. That can see over 3 football fields, over 300 meters. Yeah, and there's a bunch of cameras. This car actually has 27 cameras as well. So that's really good for seeing at night and during the day, seeing long distances as well. And then the radars here, you have radars across the car. These are really good for things like rain, snow, and fog. You know, we have Carl the Fog in San Francisco. The radars are excellent for seeing through the fog. You can see on the screen up there a bunch of...
But it's the view inside the car that will make even the most jaded reporter do a double take. This is amazing. These cars can watch for pedestrians, change lanes, and even make turns on their own. The company recently rolled out new features, including autonomous parallel parking during pickups and drop-offs, and better navigation around double-parked cars and construction. So there's nothing you need to do to make this car take over?
Exactly. You can't take over. Yeah. In fact, if you touch the wheel, the car will come to a stop and ask you to please knock it off.
Really?
Yeah. Don't try that, but yes.
It's hard not to be impressed. The car was able to recognize red lights and merge into traffic without a hitch. It's a bit slower and more cautious than your average driver, but that, Reed says, is by design. Do these cars ever go above the speed limit?
No.
No.
They're programmed not to speed. That's illegal. We don't like to speed.
The road to self-driving has had more than a few speed bumps. Last year, Ford and Volkswagen pulled the plug on their autonomous joint venture after the cost of driverless technology ramped up. And then, of course, there's the question of safety. City transportation officials have raised concerns about whether these cars are ready for prime time after a Waymo taxi stopped in the middle of a busy intersection, bringing traffic to a halt. Another driverless car made by a competitor almost ran over a fire hose as firefighters were battling a 2-alarm blaze. What do you tell people who might be skittish about getting into a car that doesn't have that human element?
Absolutely. I think it's totally understandable to be a little bit worried in the beginning. Once you're sitting in the car, you know, we have the screen that shows you everything the car is seeing. And we found that once people experience a ride in the car, they quickly gain confidence in it and understand that it's a safe and competent way to get around.
Waymo says driverless cars are safe precisely because they don't have a human at the wheel. They don't drink, get tired, and they're never on their phones. With more than 1 million autonomous miles driven on public roads, the company has only had 2 collisions. In those cases, Waymo says, it was because their cars were rear-ended by distracted drivers. But perhaps the biggest advantage is for those who dread small talk.
Some people don't get along with the driver, or sometimes drivers don't want to take you where you want to go, and we're building a car that won't do that. It'll go exactly where you want to go, and it won't ever argue with you about that, won't ever kick you out of the car.
Waymo is now expanding its service, testing its driverless cars in Los Angeles. The company is waiting on one final permit before going fully operational.
No freaking way. Let's do it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please go ahead and smash a like and subscribe. And also, don't forget to click on one of the videos that's on the screen right now. I bet you guys are going to love these videos. So, I will see you guys on the next one. Go ahead and go click on one of the videos that's on the screen right now.